May 24th, 1985, Steve Jobs, the founder and CEO of Apple Computer Company, was fired from his job. And you think to yourself, how can Steve Jobs be fired from his own company that he started, that he created, that he built from the ground? Each one of us are a Steve Jobs of our own company, of our own lives. And we have shareholders just like he had. And our shareholder is going to review us and determine whether or not we're an asset to the world, to the company. And in that review, which takes place on Rosh Hashanah, we're going to be evaluated whether or not we're bringing a return on investment. God gives us air to breathe. He gives us food to eat. He sustains us. He gives us our livelihood. All of our senses, we can hear, we can smell, we can talk, we can see, we can feel, all of the wonderful gifts that God gives us. And what are we doing exactly in return? What are we contributing to the world? How are we elevating the world? How are we making this world a better place? Well, that's a very difficult question. And that's a question that we need to answer, and we need to be ready to answer in front of our investors, in front of our shareholders. That shareholder, of course, is God, and God will determine on Rosh Hashanah on each of his creations whether or not they're a worthy creation that deserves a whole nother year of life, a whole nother gift of life. There are great sages who, if you'd ask them a question regarding attending an event after Rosh Hashanah, they would answer, well, I don't know if I'll be granted life next year. If I'll be granted life next year, ask me next year and maybe I'll come. It's not a given. We're living in a society where we think that everything's a given, where all of life is granted to us forever. We're going to live to 1,000 years. But we know that that's not true. We hope to all live a full 120 years filled with unbelievable accomplishments. But that might not be the case. We need to come ready. We need to come prepared. So how do we do that? The way we do that is we have a strategy of how we're going to elevate this project, this company, and that is ourselves, to become a better company next year. How are we going to elevate ourselves already now in these days preceding Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur? How are we becoming a better person? With concrete steps. I'm going to take these steps to become a better person. I'm going to enhance my life and enhance the world around me and become closer to God, perhaps, in the following ways. I'll attend synagogue more. I'll learn more. I'll participate more. I'll volunteer more. These are all wonderful things. But we have to take concrete steps. Small steps, but concrete small steps. And that is really the key. And it's a big lesson we learned from Steve Jobs, who his own company, I'm sure he felt very secure in his own company, saying that he'll never be fired. But we all have shareholders. We all have investors in our own life. And that is God. We're all incredible people. We do wonderful things. Let's put our best foot forward. Let's show the Almighty that we're a worthwhile investment, and He should invest in us in another year, so that next year we'll be able to do so much more for the world, for the Jewish people, for the land of Israel, for our community, and hopefully make the world so much a better place and make ourselves the best possible people we can be. Shana Tova, and looking forward to a really fantastic year together, God willing, of learning and growth together. Have a wonderful new year. Shana Tova.